Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Come back with another analysis video on our strategy, the Tricorn strategy. So today we're going to be talking about EURAUD. I think I talked about EURAUD last time, but we are just going to be analyzing for the sake of the strategy, such that you guys can see how it plays out, or how to use it, and also incorporate it in your daily trading or your trading arsenal. So we are going to go straight into it. And maybe one thing I would want to say is that our mentorship is going on. And you can just click the link in the bio and join my free Telegram group where I do analysis for different pairs every Saturday for free. Then also there's going to be a link in the description of this video, so you can click there and then join that free Telegram group. Also, if you want mentorship, you can inbox me on Telegram. Still use the same link, and we shall arrange for that. Also, the book is out. It goes for $10, and for $10 this month, and effective next month and on, it is going to be going for $20. So make sure you get it while it is still on discount. So let's go for it. This is EURAUD. EURAUD was buying last week, so we're just going to do a simple analysis on how we were able to catch this buy on EURAUD. The name of the strategy is simple, the Tricorn strategy. So you can reach out, and I can be able to teach you on that. Okay, let's go for it. So we are going to, the first thing we want to do is we want to start from the highest time frame. Oh guys, if you don't know how to analyze the market, this is going to be one of those videos that you need. This video is for you. If you don't know how to get your entries in the Forex market, this is going to be your video. Also, if you don't know how to determine the trend of the market, just sit tight such that you can be able to learn something. So this is the 3-hour time frame. The first thing you want to do when you go to the charts, you want to go to your highest time frame. I don't know what you regard as your highest time frame, but for me, I take the monthly and the weekly to be my highest time frames. But I don't know, whichever trader has what they consider as their highest time frame. And in the book, I dissect that. I give you which is considered as the highest time frame for whichever kind of trader, swing traders, position traders, day traders, and also scalpers. I dissect all those four different time frames that you can consider as your highest time frame, medium time frame, and also lower time frame, depending on the kind of trader you are. So you can get that book and you'll be able to get that. So my time frame, my highest time frame is always the monthly or weekly. However, if the month has already started, I always consider the weekly as my highest time frame. So I'll go to the weekly. So when I go to the weekly, I see, let me just get this tool, start new and cut here. So this was last week. Now this was it. So when I count the weekly, what do I see? I want to identify my structures on the my highest time frame. That means I have to mark out my demand and supply. I have to mark out my support and resistance on the highest time frame. So maybe let me just break it down here like usual. So number one, you want to go to your highest time frame. Go to high time frame. That is step number one. The moment you go to an open chart, it doesn't matter which time frame you are on, just go to your highest time frame. If you're on your highest time frame already, then that is good. Just stick there and do the next steps. And step number two, you want to mark out structures on your highest time frame. Mark structures on your high time frame. So the structures you're going to, what is this I've typed? So the structures that I'm going to mark on the highest time frame are very simple. I'm going to mark out either support and resistance, supply and demand. If I can see any chart patterns like a head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, double tops, double bottoms, anything that I can see on the high time frame, that is what I'm going to be marking out on my highest time frame. Then after that, step number 3, you want to go now to your medium time frame. But before you go to your medium time frame, you want to look at the candlesticks. Look at the candlesticks. What are they communicating? Was it an engulfing candle? Was it an indecision candle? Was it a bearish candle, bullish candle? Look at the candlesticks. What are they communicating? Then step number 3, you want to drop to your medium time frame. So your medium time frame is now where you're going to stay most of the time. You want to identify your you want first to refine your zones, support and resistance, demand and supply. You want to refine them to their actual points on your medium time frame. Then also most of your work is going to happen on your medium time frame. That means you want to identify your demand zones. You want to get your confirmations on the medium time frame. So after getting your confirmations on the medium time frame, you want to drop down to the 4-hour. You want to drop down to your lower time frame. Let me say drop to lower time frame. Your lower time frame is also going to be your entry time frame, for as long as you get it with the confirmation. You have to make sure at least you have some sort of confirmations on your lower time frame. So you're looking for entry confirmations on your lower time frame in form of double tops with the break of structure, with the break of the neckline. And then you want also to look for chart patterns in case you can get any on your lower time frame. You can also use supply and demand on your lower time frames to get your entries. Now once you do this, this is going to be a structured plan that is going to, at the end of the day, formulate your strategy. Remember, you need to have a rules-based strategy, things that guide you throughout your journey into the market, or things that help you enter the market. They have to be rules based. If you do not have these rules, then it's going to be it is not going to be easy for you to replicate these things and over again. Remember, you want to have a repeatable pattern or a repeatable strategy that you can use to enter the market every now and then, which is going to be profitable in the long run. How do you get this strategy? You have to get a rules-based strategy. Those rules are the ones that guide you on how to enter the market. If you have that, then you have what we call a repeatable edge that can help you get profitable in the long run. So what you have to do, make sure whatever you're doing, whichever strategy you have, it has to be rules-based. If the things do not align, I do not enter the market. If they do align, then I can enter the market and see what I can get out of that. And also, if you have those rules, if for any point you lose, you'll know that you haven't lost because you're wrong. You lost because you followed your rules and the market didn't just respect your rules. So that is what you want to do. Okay, so now what you're going to do is that we're going to go to the chart and then replicate whatever we have been talking about here. You see, my rules are very simple and straight to the point. Good. So rule number 1, we want to go to the high time frame. We have gone to the high time frame, which is the weekly. Now rule number 2, we want to mark out our structures. We have marked out our structures. So the structures we saw here, we had a normal head and shoulder, of which this was the shoulder, left shoulder, this was the head, this was the right shoulder. Now down here we had a previous support, the resistance that was broken, and then used the support here. Price came, used it as support here, and then price now has come back to this level again. So although this is a bearish candle, we know it is at the weekly support. So what do we expect? We are expecting price to buy according to the weekly time frame. So how do we take advantage of this buy? Now we drop down to the daily time frame. And these are the things that I teach in my mentorship, and most of pages in my books are talking about, in my book are talking about this. So You can buy the book, and as you watch the video, you can be going through the book and you can learn a lot. You want to get the book, just text me on Telegram. The link is in the bio and the description of this video. Just come to Telegram and text request for the book. I'm going to be giving you. It goes for $10 this month, and then next month it is going to be $20. Now for mentorship it is $100. Next month it's going to be $150. I teach about all the things, total breakdown and everything. We also have free analysis videos, analysis lessons every Saturday on our free Telegram channel. So you can click the link and join that channel. So when you come to the daily, now this is where we want to refine our zones and see what we have. So on the daily, we can refine our zone up to that level, because this is where price stands around. I think you can say clear head and shoulder. So we can refine our zones up to that level. Good. Now, what else do we want to do? We have refined our zone, we marked our structures. So the next thing we want to do, we want to drop to the medium time frame where we have dropped, and now we are looking at this zone here for confirmations to go to the lower time frame. So what are the confirmations? Confirmations are going to be very simple: indecision candles at this level, or any bullish engulfing candle at this level. That is what is going to be our confirmation in order for us to drop to the lower time frame. Now, do we see any indecision candles here? Yes, of course we can see two indecision candles. What about any bullish candles? So far, no bullish candle. So what do we do here? We can either go to the lower time frame or wait for more confirmations. But since we have already indecision candles here too, this one is enough to take us to the lower time frame. So we can start from the 6 hour, or we can go all the way to the 4 hour. Now, me, I prefer the 6 hour mostly, but I know most of you don't have the 6 hour because you use the free plan of trading view. So we shall just come to the 4 hour because that is what most of you do have. So when you come to the 4 hour, what do you see? On the 4 hour, it is very simple. You are looking at a double bottom. This is a double bottom. This is a low, a lower high, and then an equal low. So do you want to enter from here? You don't want to enter from here. Why? Because you do not have any confirmations. So you are looking for at least a break of structure to the upside, break of this neckline or the double bottom to the upside, or something else that can lead us into entering any structure that we can see that can lead us into entering this trade. So what do? We wait for price action to move. Now, during this time of me, I'm going to be forwarding the bars, but remember this is the 4 hour time frame, so it will take each candle 4 hours to move. So during the real time chart, you're going to have to wait for those candles to form. You don't have to enter when you don't see the setup. You don't have to rush to be into the trade. You have to wait and wait and wait until you see a full setup being formed. So I'm just going to play price action forward, and you see when I continue to play price action, you see that price drops up to down here. So if you had entered here on the double bottom, you're going to be stopped out because price continues to drop up to down here before it starts moving to the upside. This is why it is so important that you wait and wait and wait to see that price gives you confirmations. So let's continue. So when I play price forward, then we get a break of this what I've been calling the neckline, this structure here. So after the break here, that is our confirmation that indeed we are likely to do what? To go to the upside. So how do we now take advantage of this trade? Do we just enter because price has broken the previous structure? We don't. What do? We wait for price to come and give us a setup we can enter. For example, we have a demand zone here, clean demand zone. So you're just going to mark it very well, clean demand zone. So now after price has shown here clean demand zone, that is your primary area of entry. We have a rally, a base, a rally, and I teach about all these zones in my book and also in my mentorship, because this is the first demand zone, rally, base, rally. So when price comes back to this area here, then we buy to the upside, and then we have another which is a drop, a base, a drop. So you mark your zone. When price comes back to the zone, then we sell like that. That is for continuation. And then we have the drop baseline, the other types of setups that you can use to enter the market. You can find them in the book. Also, you can join the mentorship. They are being taught there. So we're waiting for price to come and tap into this demand zone. That will be our confirmation, and we go to the upside. Sometimes you're not going to have a demand zone here. Sometimes price will just pull back into the middle and then it continues to the upside. But whatever it does, you already know that price is going to buy after the break of this high. So you're just waiting for price to show you how it wants to buy. And then you continue with your trades. So what do? We wait for price to come to our zone. Do not enter from here, guys. Do not enter from up here. So when you enter from up here, price might retrace up to here, it takes you out, and then it goes to your direction. And also don't enter without confirmation, because you have waited for almost 3 to 4 days, or sometimes even 5 days to get a setup. You've gotten a setup and now you want to ruin it. You don't have to do that. You always have to wait and wait and wait until you can see clear setups form. So let's proceed. Then when I play price forward, price retraces and then continues to make another high. Now this was a change of character. This is a break of structure. This is now a full confirmation that we are proceeding to the upside. So what do you do in this case? Very simple. You just wait for price to come to your zone, if it is indeed going to come to your zone, and then you buy. Simple, straightforward. Always wait. If price doesn't pull back, that is okay, but do not enter before it comes back. So now if we play price forward, price comes, taps in with a sniper entry. So tight. Immediately it taps in, then it starts going to the upside. And look at that sniper entry, guys. You're risking only around 45 pips to make. Now the target is going to be on the daily time frame. Remember, we got the trade from the weekly to the daily time frame, so the target should be on the daily time frame, like that. So now let's come back to our 4 hour. It already moved. Okay, the replay tool already moved. Let me just cut it towards here. Okay, it was there. So now yours is to just wait as price moves forward. Wait for price to go and hit your TP. Yours is to just wait. Do not do anything. This is now where you be patient and wait for price to show you that it wants to go somewhere. So just wait. Price is going to retrace a little bit and boom, hit your take profit. I think it was around 100. 250 pips. 250 pips, guys, from down here up there. So you have waited for price action to form for almost 4 days, I think 5 days, and then finally it forms and gives you profit, and it gives you 250 pips. Now I want you to imagine if you're trading on the lower time frame or you're scalping, do you think you can scalp 250 pips in the week without losing? If you can, well and good, but even this one is going to give you those pips. But remember, this one is going to be a high probability setup. So what do you want to do? You just want to follow your rules step by step. If you follow them step by step, you're going to make sure that at least you get some profits out of the market. If you do not follow the rules, then it is going to be hard for you. If you're not patient, it's going to be hard for you. Either way, you have to do the right thing. Set your rules and make sure that you do what? You follow them. As long as you have back tested your strategy and you think that it works, then set your rules and follow them. This strategy works, back tested and proven. It works at least 90% of the time. 90% of the time. I know most people don't believe that, but you can do your own research about it. It works 90% of the time. It's called the Tricorn strategy. You're not going to find it anywhere because it is me who invented it. So yours is just to look into what I've already done. You can do the back testing and tell us what you have gotten. So I think that is all. I think that is what we can go with. For now, I just wanted to highlight on this pair. We had it last week and it moved in so well. So the only thing you need to know is that have a rules-based strategy. That is the only way you're going to develop as a trader. If you don't have a rules-based strategy, it is going to be hard for you to execute a consistent plan that can help you withdraw money from the market, time, and gain. So that is all. I think that was. I had a couple of pairs last week. I had AUD Chef. I had this Euro AUD. I had the AUD card. Then I had USL. USL I've been having it for now two weeks straight. All those pairs I had analyzed them and they have moved on correctly the way I had analyzed them. If I could show AUD Chef was a sell. AUD Chef and AUD card. Where is Chef? Where is Chef? It is here. So AUD Chef was a very good sell. You see, I still have my markings there. After price broke this high, retraced a little bit, tapped into this supply zone up here, and then went down. So far it is not too far. I would like it to drop up to here. It has only moved 70 pips, unlike Euro AUD, which is heavy in pip count. It has only moved 70 pips. But let's hope for the better coming into next week. I hope it is going to fall up to down here. So I think that is all. That is all I had for today. Just make sure you practice, watch these videos repeatedly until when you can understand what I'm trying to teach. Also, if you would want mentorship, click the link in the description or in my bio, and then inbox me on Telegram. If you want the book, same thing, click the link and inbox me on Telegram. I can give you the book. Literally, if you just read through the book and then watch my videos, you can be able to learn something or two out of that. But that is going to help you if you're not a complete beginner. If you're a complete beginner, probably mentorship will do for you a good thing. Also, don't forget on Saturday we always have our free market analysis lessons on Saturday. Now the time it depends on when do I have free time. I always communicate the time like 5 hours earlier, so you just have to make sure that you're active on that group. Now the issue today we got an issue of time zones. People complaining about time zone, from different continents, so it becomes hard for other people. If I tell you that East African time 9, people think it is 9 on their local time zone. So always try to convert. If I tell you 9, try to convert into East African time to your local time zone, such that you can get the actual time. Avoid coming into the class when you are almost done. So I think that is all. You can subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to like the video in case you learn something out of it. So that is all for today. Let's end there. Bye.